It's been 6 months since Ethan left, but the rain still sounds like him. Soft, steady, patient, like the way he used to breathe when he slept beside me. I used to love rain. Now, I can't stand it. Every drop feels like a knock I refuse to answer. People say healing comes in waves, but they don't tell you some waves never stop returning. They don't tell you how silence can have a heartbeat, how absence can echo louder than presence. I still make 2 cups of coffee some mornings. I don't drink the second one, but I can't stop making it. I tell myself it's just habit, but maybe it's hope, the kind that refuses to die, even when everything else has. It was raining that night, too. Atlanta traffic was a mess, thunder rolling like a bad joke. I ducked into the small diner off Peachtree Street, the kind with fogged-up windows and coffee that tastes like nostalgia. He was sitting by the window, sketching something in a notebook. I remember his hands first, rough, with faint scars across his knuckles, like he'd built or broken something before finding peace. The waitress had messed up my order, and he smiled when I complained under my breath. "Maybe the universe's way of telling you to try something new," he said without looking up. That was Ethan, always finding calm in chaos, always saying something simple that stayed in your mind for days. He offered to share his fries, and I laughed. That was how it started, 2 strangers sharing bad diner fries in a storm. Later, I learned he'd just come out of a halfway house. Rebuilding, he said. 1 paycheck and 1 prayer at a time. He didn't hide it. He never did. He said it with the kind of honesty that disarms you. And I think that's when I began to fall for him. Not in a rush, not in fireworks, but in the quiet recognition of someone who's seen darkness and still chooses to be kind. We became a rhythm before we even realized it. Late night walks, music playing from his old speaker, the smell of his cologne mixed with rain and rust. Ethan loved painting, said it made him feel clean inside. I loved watching him work, how focused he became, like the world disappeared. Sometimes I'd talk to him while he painted, just to hear the small, he hum in response. He told me once that people see him as his past, the arrest, the mistakes, the lost years, but I saw the man he was trying to become. He didn't believe in luck, only redemption, and I believed in him. I remember one night he said, "You make me want to stay out of trouble." I told him, "Then don't leave me." He smiled, kissed my forehead, and said, "I'm not planning to." But promises are tricky things. Sometimes they expire before you know it. It started with a phone call, a number he didn't want to answer, a look in his eyes that told me something had shifted. For weeks, he became distant, stayed out late, avoided questions. I told myself it was work. I told myself he was fine, but love teaches you to read silence fluently. One night, I followed him, not because I didn't trust him, but because I was scared. He was meeting an old friend, someone from before me. I didn't hear the full conversation, just enough to know the past wasn't done with him. Later that night, I asked him, "Are you in trouble again?" He didn't answer. "Ethan, please don't shut me out." Still silence. Then finally, he said, "You deserve someone clean." And that broke me. Not the words, but the way he said them. Like a confession, like he'd already decided to disappear. It was raining again, like the sky was in on it. He packed in silence. No yelling, no drama, just quiet grief hanging in the air. I stood by the doorway, shaking, whispering things that sounded more like prayers than words. He kissed my hand. His eyes looked tired but soft. "I love you," he said, "but I can't let you keep fixing me." Then he walked out. No car chase. No tears in the street. Just the door closing. Soft, final, cruelly peaceful. I didn't run after him. Maybe because deep down, I knew that was the kind of man Ethan was. One who leaves when he loves too much to stay. People tell me to move on, that he's not coming back. And I nod, I smile, I say I'm fine. But inside, I still hear his voice in quiet rooms. Sometimes I walk to that same diner. The waitress still remembers him. "Your man used to draw on napkins," she said once, smiling sadly. "Left one behind with your name on it. She handed it to me, wrinkled, faded, but real. On it, he'd written, "If you ever miss me, just listen to the rain. I'll be there." Now, every time it rains, I turn off the lights, close my eyes, and listen. And somehow, it does sound like him. Calm, steady, patient. I don't cry anymore. Not because it doesn't hurt, but because it's beautiful that it once did. Because love like that doesn't end. It just changes form. Ethan left, but in every quiet storm, he's still here. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough. Some nights I still say his name into the rain, not to call him back, but to make the silence less sharp. I learned to keep him like a warm cup on the table, something that steadied me without taking me over. If you listened this far, thank you for carrying this small truth with me. Love can leave, but it also teaches us how to love better. If you have a name you keep, whisper it tonight. Let the rain hold it. If this moved you, tell me what the rain sounds like for you. It helps. Thank you so much for supporting Story Legion. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more stories. Your continued support means a lot to us. Please be reminded also that our folk tales and engaging stories are now only on Mondays and Saturdays, while we bring you crime stories and news every Wednesday and Friday. We love you all.